Hello, and welcome everyone to D6.
That was a different one.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Or IRCM bring together several friends from across the internet to play on a D&D live stream show. We had some startling revelations before the start of the show, but we'll get to that never. Anyways, it's maybe we'll see. I never released the pre-edits of these episodes, really. But yeah, oh god, I should probably do that for like Patreon or whatever. But yes, welcome back, everyone. I am super excited because today is the day that we finally wrap up the Citra Idlewind chapter of the story. And we do not have any real sponsor reads, but hopefully this week I will finally have the podcast episodes finally fixed. And also, in case you guys did not hear last week, or if you haven't been catching up over on our Twitter, episodes have been moved from 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and if you know your time zones, you know how to adjust that way. The reason why is because, due to some personal stuff going on here, I just need, about an hour extra time in order to get the episodes rolling over on our streams, and also, like, certain programs have not been behaving correctly recently. XSplit.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so hopefully in due time I will be able to get that rectified. But for now, it is good to know that we are back. Our podcast episodes are going to be back on track very, very soon. And hopefully everything will recoalesce in what has been the past new year of madness. Alright. That being said, I don't think that there's anything else to really announce. So, with that being said, I think it is time for us to get into tonight's episode of D6. There it is. Alright. Hopefully y'all can hear that.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, where we had last left off. As our adventurers, after defeating a lamentful Sov, and returning back to the surface near the tomb with the assistance of Saviden, you are all met with the force of the Sunsword Templars. And after learning the truth about Citra's grandfather's intentions here, began to spin into madness, thus initiating a one-on-one fight with one of you.
It was Leo.
Subsequently, Leo stepping forward and fighting his best and damnedest in order to fend off against what was a very powerful and very dangerous Deus. However, due to his blasphemous acts, he was finally felled by what seemed like to be an arc of light, pinning him to the tomb. After finally settling all matters, you all return back to Zanzibar, awaiting a dredger to pick you all up with an airship. And thus, after many a dreams and what is the possible tells of what the future will come, is where we had last left off. So, with that, as this day within Zanzibar progresses, you have a bit of time here before you have to leave. So, what would you all like to do while you're still here in Zanzibar?
Can you turn the music down just a skosh? Just a skosh.
Just a skosh.
Thank you.
There you go.
It started swelling, and I'm like, I can't hear things. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. So,
It's
is there
okay.
anything you would like to do while you're still within Zanzibar?
I think Citra would actually just kind of take time to walk around, because, to be fair, last time she really didn't. She stuck to her parents for the most part, and then, all chaos broke loose.
Yeah.
Plus, she needs time to clear her head.
Okay.
Because up until now, she's just kind of been autopiloting just so she can get through things. Like, none of it's really hit, because she's been holding it off for, like, a time where she has time to feel the feels.
Yeah. Okay. As you, Citra, begin to walk around Zanzibar, the arid air here, it's surprisingly calm, as you also begin to see how many of the Templars have been kind of just withheld from the immediate aftermath, as well as a few of the drow individuals who have kind of just been put to work to fixing their mistake. But there are still many people as they are walking around the city just with the slightest tinge of tension, but still a majority of calm.
I mean, they went through a lot.
Yeah.
It's a very calm kind of situation, because she's just trying to adjust to the quiet also in her head. This is the first full day she's now been without Sob.
Yep.
So, other than that, I don't think she'd be doing much else, aside from if anybody else wanted to join her or not. Okay.
Dante's gonna be elusive.
Elusive.
Leah.
Sorry, what was that, Connor? I'm so sorry.
Leo might join Citra.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, you did get to explore, so he may have some pointers.
That is true.
Alright.
If that's the case, after, I guess, like, some quiet, she just kind of, like, pointing fingers together, like, I am so sorry for asking you to do all that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
He was very much going to probably kill me. And she just looks at her hands like, there was really no way I was going to affect him through that armor.
Yeah. Given how much of a hard time that he was giving me, probably might have been for best that I took care of that.
Yeah, I didn't mean to just suddenly throw that on you.
Citra, listen. It's fine.
Are you
As
okay?
sort of the de facto leader of this band of craziness we've got.
Yeah,
I
it is
think-
very crazy.
It's, I think, my responsibility to do things like this.
I can see why you think that. I guess I'm just wrestling with this has really turned into a whole my family business situation, and I dragged you all into it.
You didn't drag us anywhere.
I'm just glad you made it out alive.
So am I.
But it kind of has a point with that weed, I guess. Or the Jormungandr grass.
Yeah, I rolled to hear Blue saying that.
Me or Citra? Which one?
Whoa.
Make a perception check.
Whoever mentioned Ree, I want to roll to see if I hear it.
Make a perception
Roll
check.
to metagame.
I mean, they're walking around.
Perception?
Yeah.
Is it perception?
Yeah, make a perception check.
16.
16? I mean...
Are you
there
just following
is no way you would have heard it. If given the circumstances, I don't know where your character is still right now. If you were following them, probably maybe. But if you were, like, kind of doing your own thing...
Out in the hallway.
Oh no, they left. They're walking around the town.
Okay, so you're still at the house. I mean, the semblance of somebody trying to talk about Jormungandr grass is far be it from where you could possibly hear it, but the thought often crosses your mind as being one Burrow Watson.
Anytime someone mentions the grass, I'm rolling.
His ears just pop up like someone's talking about it.
Yes.
It's like when you sneeze, it's like, oh, somebody's talking about me.
Pretty much. That's exactly
The ear
it.
just goes...
That's exactly it.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, it looks like things are finally coming to an end, but it sounds like we're going right back into another thing with fire.
Isn't that just our lot, though?
Yeah, but we at least have another step forward dealing with everything. And she just kind of like taps the bag that's attached to her tail where the gems are still hiding. I'm not sure how to go about it.
We've earned ourselves a chance.
Yeah. We better make good of it, or else this was for nothing, and I can't do that to Sav. And when she says the name, like, you could see, like, this slight twitch that she's trying not to just bawl the moment she says his name.
He offers her a slight smile and gives her a little pat on the back.
Yeah. The good news that came out of it, honestly, is just he's finally able to rest, and I got to see that, so I don't have to sit there wondering if he's okay or not.
He had a lot of anger built
Fear.
up.
And a lot of fear.
I think he's finally
At peace.
at peace, yes.
It's just gonna be weird for a while. I'm used to having him always, you know? Like, since I could remember a thought that I put together in my head as a kid, he's always been there in some shape or form. So it's just quiet. And I know it's supposed to be peaceful, but it's just odd.
You'll always have a piece of him.
Yeah.
When you meet someone truly special, you keep a piece of them inside of you always. You carry it with you, even long after they're gone.
Yeah. I'll be okay, but I'm gonna be very honest, it's gonna take some time.
Yeah. Handling all of this back to back to back is,
Yeah, trauma. It's trauma.
it's not been great.
No. But the next step seems to be we gotta go back to the Sultan, because according to my dad, the Templars did make a mess of it over there, but he is okay. But I did make a promise about the drows, and I have to at least try before we leave. I know I didn't really fully explain to you what happened before you guys, came to my rescue, but I did not promise them a power like my grandfather was trying to manipulate them with, but I did try to promise that I would talk to the Sultan about ending their grief by giving them a home, because apparently they were also affected by the Templars, unfortunately, namely my father, well before he met my mother. And instead of just continuing this constant cycle of revenge, violence, and death, they were also a people that were cast out of Excelsium, and I feel like this could be a start of a new home for them in ending that violent cycle. Or at least start the talks for it.
I think we could swing that.
You think so? I think the Sultan likes us. I think.
I'd hope so.
I mean, I did kind of hit him in the head with the boomerang.
I'd heard about that.
Yeah.
As you two are sitting contemplating on what to do with the Drows next, Bora, Dante, what are you guys doing?
Bro, fine. It's in a panic. Look for Dante. Dante. Dante.
Yeah?
Did someone mention weed?
I don't know.
Someone mentioned weed, Dante! I don't know where. I don't know how. But someone mentioned weed. I have to find...
I feel like somewhere in the world that's always happening.
Well, I imagine in a city full of performers, at least one of them does.
Yeah, you're right. I'm overreacting. Hey.
Bruh, can you take a walk with me?
Yeah, what's up?
Just follow me. And they're gonna go walk around town.
Alrighty.
Is everything alright, Dante? You seem kind of tense.
Yeah, Bruh, can I ask you something very heavy?
No, I don't care if I'm irrelevant, you're not getting my read.
No, not that. Did it hurt when you died?
Bra's face just gets sullens a little bit. Yeah. I mean, fuck, Agatha turned me into dust. I felt like I was just being seared from like the foot to my head. Just felt like just a burning sensation. Why ask, Dante?
Well, first step is, I don't think I ever got to apologize to you even when you came back.
Whoa. Why are you apologizing?
I mean, I kind of instigated you going to hit on Agatha.
Hey. Agatha was totally an 8. Or was it a 9? Or is it 10? I don't remember the rating I gave her. But even if you didn't tell me, I would have tried to hit on her anyway. Now, post Agatha though, that bitch is getting like a 1 or 2. Don't care if she's hot as shit. Yeah, but regardless of rating the ratings, my decision to do that, Dante, was purely based on me. Purely based on me, Dante. You didn't do anything wrong. You don't have to apologize to me. My death was based on what I wanted to do. You don't have to don't have to hold any guilt from it, my dude.
He's gonna...
Metatalk, is dude acceptable in this time frame?
Okay.
Yar.
Huh?
Yar, is it alright for me to say dude in this time frame?
I mean, it's your character. Like, whatever speech pattern works for you.
Alright, just making sure.
Yeah.
Wait, alright, back in the cabin. Anyway, Dante, have you been feeling guilty about what happened to me?
Dante's gonna kind of like bore his foot in the dirt and then just like kind of turn to him and be like, yeah, I kind of do feel responsible. I mean, kind of instigated it and then got charmed, and then I had to stand there not even 15 feet away from you and watch you die.
Dante.
You couldn't do anything.
Dante, you're probably one of the chillest people in this whole group, dude. I'm grateful that you're feeling remorseful about what happened, but it's right, dude. You don't have to keep holding on to this feeling,
Well, that comes to problem number 2 is to be honest, bro, I'm scared that I'm gonna fail.
Fail?
And yeah, cause I kind of gotta take care of Grin, and if I fail, I'm done for.
I mean,
I've been really good at like being elusive with like a lot of the other shit I've gone through, but I don't think I can escape this. And then what happens next? Like, what happens to the rest of you when I'm gone?
I mean, you can always make a deal with the queen. I mean, you have to sacrifice weed, and the hangover's like a bitch, but not bit. But either way, Dante. Have you really been concerned about this the whole time?
Yeah, I just, I don't really how to bring it up to either Citra or Leo, because we're just kind of trying to get through all of this, but I feel really comfortable telling you for some reason.
I mean, we're bros, bro. But Dante, just know that whatever happens. Whether you succeed or fail, we're going to put our damnness in this.
Yeah.
If I don't, and despite what happened to me, I'm pretty sure Leo, Citra, and even me won't let that happen to any of us ever again.
Yeah. I may have to ask you a favor, just in case I do go out first.
I mean, Dante, before you go out first, I'll go out first. I mean, after all, I'm a revenant, so.
Maybe we'll get to see each other in the in-between.
But yeah, what is this thing you want me to do?
I'll ask that you hand out some letters to my to the Silver Smiles back at home, and letters to Citra and Leo, and of course you're gonna get one as well.
All right, my dude. I'll make sure to do it.
Got it. Thank you.
But you won't be saying those letters because we're going to succeed no matter what.
Yeah, I'll do my best to stay alive. Thank you, bruh. Thank you for always being there and fighting for us.
Not a problem.
For putting your neck out for a criminal like me.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a criminal. Yeah, you just seem like a regular dude.
As you two continue to walk the streets of Zanzibar, as the afternoon pushes onward, the lot of you begin to see as these giant smokestacks begin to build towards what was the entrance of this high-walled city. As the day begins to push closer towards the night, the rest of you finally clamor together. You return back to what is Citra's grandmother's home, as you all stand by and wait for Dredger to finally land here. In your last moments, you see as your grandmother begins to walk out towards the entirety of the group. You see as the tapping of the stick comes by.
You know, for the whole 72 hours I've known all of you, I have
Feels
truly
like a
enjoyed your
lifetime.
presence.
Feels like a lifetime, Granny.
I like you the most. I like you the most.
Save here, Granny! Save here!
As she goes to each and every one of you, and she gives you a respectable side hug to you, Bora.
It's like, now you seem like what is supposed to be the tough one, so you gotta take your hits a little bit more, my kiddo. Yeah?
I'm training, Granny! I'm training, but these people are mean to... yeah, I'll make sure to do that.
Was that actually a character?
He unleashed something. She unleashed something in him.
As
Is he just staring in shock, like, what?
she moves over towards Dante.
Now you're all kinds of shifty, but under all those layers and probably a lot more faces, as she
Pokes her nose with the stick.
I can tell there's a good man under all that. And trust you me, I know a lot about men.
And she moves over to Leodon.
God, you're big and hairy.
What, is that a turn on Granny?
No,
Correct.
just an observation. You're big and hairy. I bet you keep a lot of good friends warm during the nights.
Oh.
Anyways, you're a good kid. Just keep your eye on the ball, if you will. I feel like that might be something you're kind of like, hey, pay attention. I feel like you're not the kind of person to really keep your eye on the ball sometimes, but I imagine you'll get it. You'll get it.
He just raises a brow and says, "Thing, you."
Are the parents watching this?
Yeah, you can see your mother is like... Your father is currently just...
He just manifests like a physical question mark above his head.
As she finally moves over to you, Citra.
And she'd actually, crouch down to her, at least.
Oh, my sweet grandchild, I wish I knew you longer. But I'm getting up in age, as you can see.
True, but I do plan on coming back.
Well, hopefully for my funeral at some point.
Hopefully before that.
We'll see.
Please, I can't handle this right now.
All right, fine. I'll live a little bit longer if Spite has anything to say about it.
Spite's a good motivator.
It always is.
As she puts, like, taps the staff on, like, near your heart.
That's the good part right there. That's always going to be the good part right there.
Yeah, no, it's Citra. In true Citra fashion, she just hugged her grandmother.
Oh.
Even though she knows that there's a slight risk she'll get thrown or something, but still.
Yeah. As she puts one arm around you, you can feel the tight squeeze. And then, like, kind of backs out.
Now, you are going to grow some tits, right?
Grandma, I'm like 28 years old.
The bloodline is
past
weakened.
that stage, isn't it?
Anyways.
She's just like, why is this back?
But the bloodline is weakened. Anyways. I hope to see all your faces again at some point in time, but don't make it too soon, because I'm relatively sure some of the other elders are kind of upset over the whole bringing chaos into our village. So, good old grandma here has to talk them down. And or beat them over the head, depending on which comes first.
True. It kind of had happened, considering I guess I was holding the soul of the first sultan with me this whole time. So that was wild.
That's a fucked up revelation, but good on you.
Yep.
All right.
He liked you, though.
I'm sure I like him too. Maybe. We'll see.
As she...
I hope that's not giving you any ideas.
God, no.
Listen, there was only one man for me.
Yeah, I've met him. No.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really? Where is he now?
I unfortunately cannot tell you.
Keeping secrets, are we?
It has crossed Citra's mind to just get back at him by writing down his name, going, have fun with this. But she hasn't, because she's not that spiteful.
Very well, keep your secrets.
Sorry.
And she knocks you on the noggin with the staff a bit.
Well, alright. Well,
As you begin to hear the low and drawn-out hums of an airship finally coming nearby.
I think your ride is here.
And
Yep.
she turns towards her daughter and son-in-law.
Now you two finally settle the matters that you need to settle, and also, if you do not come back anytime soon, I will throw him through a window and you through a wall.
As you see, they both, like, straighten up.
Citra just bust out laughing at this point.
Alright. Well, get the hell out of here. Go. Shoo.
You're not allowed to die till I come back.
We'll see.
Thank you for your hospitality, ma'am.
And thank you for being so big and hairy.
I feel like she's into that type, dude.
Thinking back at Mephistopheles, not really.
Citra just like look back at him. You've met him.
Yeah. As all of you slowly get shuffled out of the small little hovel of a home, as the door finally closes, you see she immediately goes to sit down and just relax through the window, and you see what is this sizable airship that has found this space. As all of you begin to slowly make your boarding, as well as what is a couple of drows that have been taken, as well as many a shackled Sunsword Templar. And you can see as Dretcher's just like standing there,
Confused.
like, yeah. I didn't realize we'd be taking prisoners.
Yeah, lots happened. You know, stopping a coup and all that.
Well, shit.
But they all have to go back to the main capital where you just came from, so at least it's not confusing as to where to go now.
Yeah. No, it's, several-hour drive, so I guess I don't get to sleep. You can see as he just, like, loosens himself up a bit. Alright.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. We'll be there, by the morning time. As everyone finally gets boarded, and you can see as an individual begins to kind of step out, wave their hands goodbye. You can see what is still that burned down theater. And many a people become smaller in face as you all lift off into the air and begin to make your way back to the capital.
Is Lothric with them?
Lothric is not.
Huh.
Yep. He was told to walk in a direction and he had to do it.
Ah, right, I forgot. Yep. Thank you.
Alright. As you all fly well and high over the dunes and sands, you find what is that very far off distance, the jewel of this nation. As the night progresses, should you decide to fall asleep,
Citra would probably do what she usually does, which is her flute before being able to sleep because she needs to calm the nerves.
yeah.
So anyone up top gets to enjoy that.
What phase is the moon at right now?
Given how it looks like it's through the clouds, and by this point, you would probably be closer towards it waning at this
Waning?
point. Yeah, it's beginning to wane. Because full moon was not too long ago.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we couldn't see it the day before.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, in that case, he's gonna summon Virgil.
Okay. As you do, as a small flash of bluish light appears upon your arm.
And he's gonna look at him. And he's gonna like look really hard, and he's gonna be like, "Are you my dad?"
You see as like the head like turns a bit.
Because the goddess told me to call you Virgil. And from what I learned recently, that is my late father's name.
A bird shrug.
Virgil?
I don't know how to define
Dante.
it any other way.
Dante narrowing his eyes. You better not be keeping secrets from me, buddy.
Very well,
Dante.
keep your secrets.
Dante. Alright, go spread your wings. As he throws Virgil out to go have a little fly time.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm guessing everybody else that got on the ship are down below now?
Yeah.
Cool, because if that's the case, I think Citra would just kind of want to feel the wind under her wings, actually, without being seen for now.
Okay.
Before they wind up with people again.
Fair enough.
Because she can do it at any point now. Woo!
Thing is that the ship's speed is probably a little faster than you.
Oh no, she's not flying. She's just letting the wind hit her wings. She's just saying, you know, on the ship.
All right. As the wind passes through, the wind passes through, the chill of the night, especially in an arid country like this. But feels nice. The night progresses further. Anything else before y'all go to sleep? Very well.
Nope.
As all of you finally go to rest, another night passes. As the new day begins, you find yourselves slowly coming to the docks of Bolvaka. The vision of Bolvaka, as you begin to witness it first thing in the morning, you can see what is once that large wall that had made perimeter for the entirety of the Sultanate has a massive hole in it.
Oh. That's awful.
You can see several of the streets seemingly, once there was buildings, some have now been dilapidated.
It's a bit of a war zone.
Yeah. At this point, by the time many of the guards that have managed to capture, especially for what have been the Brass Blades and the Royal Guard, and finally the city kind of just trying to return to normalcy after what had been this slight madhouse. You all find yourselves slowly making your way through Bolvaka with several Templars in tow, as well as at least 2 representatives for the Drow community.
Oh, sweet, sweet diplomacy.
Well, Dad said it was a bit of a mess.
It definitely is. Which is why I've come to make some level of concern about this place.
Well, to the Sultanate, I guess.
As all of you slowly make your way into what is the main Sultanate, passing through with the guards, you find yourselves slowly within the throne room.
Is it a mess in here too?
You can kind of see this place has been reinforced, as there is a massive uptick in Royal Guardsmen, as well as what looks like to be prepared barricades, and if the case somebody was to try and make their way to the throne room.
Mm. Oh.
Let's see. As you can see, with what looks like to be a very encalmed Sultan, as Rojdaya getting more and more information from all of his advisors, just left and right. As you all approach, he does take notes before kind of just stopping everybody. Ah, it's good to see all of you have returned.
It's good to see you guys are doing okay.
There could be some mild improvements.
Just a bit.
as he looks towards your father, and as well as the returning prodigal son.
Yeah.
You see as he kind of just drops to one knee. My apologies, my king. Personal matters have pervaded the entirety of this nation, as well as befallen a great deal of dishonor upon my house.
Dad.
You can see as Rajdai stands up. I am not concerned about what it was that your father had done, as I was not concerned as to what your brother had done. I am more concerned about whether or not the safety and sanctity of my people are in good hands. You have been ever so loyal. The Idlewind name has always remained loyal since I have taken this throne. And looks towards you, Citra, and has brought great change to this nation.
She'd like bow her head a bit. Just, Your Highness, we actually have a lot to tell you, and something for you, actually, if you would allow us to approach. And she'd like motion to Dante because he still has it.
This. As he walks, if you allow me to approach.
And he kind of just motions you to approach.
Yeah.
Stun.
Both of us getting a bit of deja vu again.
Dante comes up and presents the scrolls and is like, "Do you speak Elvish?"
It is an older language, but it is one that is practiced among the royal family, yes.
This is the records from the tomb. Just in case anything should ever pop up again, it is official, as it says. The Idlewind name has always been a royal guard to the Sultanate. We tried to convince my grandfather to back off with this, but he was too far gone to his madness. He challenged us the other night as well, and my friend Leo fought against him, but ultimately it was his disrespect toward Erithis is what ended him. And she'll pick up the symbol that she's now wearing. He threw it to the ground, and Erithis struck him down herself.
You see. So even the holy man can bring forth the ire of a god.
Yeah. The rest of the Templars, though, have realized the madness they were following, and in the end, despite being shackled right now, understand that they have a lot to answer for, and they did wind up making sure my friend survived at the end of that fight.
Their crimes, as he looks towards what is that group, will be determined by fair judgment. They will be given representation and be judged by their peers. After which, whatever fate that they decide to take will be up to them.
She'd look at the Templars for a minute and then back to the Sultan. That's good. I think I've had enough with just immediate death sentences lately. There is more to be said, but some of it should probably be in private if you have time at some point before we have to leave. We did wind up finding Savidan, and we'll be taking him back with us to the Bastion.
It was
quite
also curious.
Yeah, he's really just a nervous guy. He even wasn't even a guardian of the temple. He just wanted to study it.
definitely strange.
But he got us out, too.
As glad as I am to hear that, there are still many things that need to be taken care of. But, arrangements will be made. And to whatever endeavors you have succeeded in, I am glad to know that they have succeeded.
There is one other thing. Unfortunately, with all that had happened, a lot of things were brought to light about more of my family's past, unfortunately. And we all know tieflings.
I feel like that there is not much that needs too much explaining. We ever to strive to improve this nation. I feel like your parents will tell me everything that they need to let me know.
Okay.
But do not worry. I have successfully been listening to them for nearly 20 years.
Yeah, fair point.
Not a word will fall deaf. In the meantime, if there is anything else that you could possibly need, at least from the Sultanate, you are welcome to ask it now. As I am sure that you have other duties to uphold, especially as members of the EHS.
We do, and I think some of that you should know at least. We have to urgently return due to a false war between the Thalia Cliffs and the Wallenstein, and unfortunately the Bastion, instigated by one of the members we're hunting down, a Grin Nosedriv. It's not affecting us now here, but it's best that you know what's going on outside of your country. I can't tell you the details of how we're involved, but I can at least tell you what's going on currently. In vague mentions.
I have in the past been provoked enough to try and at least entertain some members of both parties. Both the Thalia Cliffs as well as those of Greater Wallenstein have tried to approach in seeking military aid from this nation, much as we have tried our best to recover. However, I will pay no lip service to what seemingly is this outer threat of Greater Wallenstein, if what you say is true.
This one individual apparently has been pulling the strings with Wallenstein, including their leader. And a current recent interaction with him faked his own death, thus blamed the EHS and Thalia Cliffs as the aggressor at this time. Thus, a war has now begun.
Then I will send representative to the EHS in hopes that if an all-out war begins, hopefully we can establish a means of trust between us.
I would like that. And I will try to write more now that things are a little bit more easy to speak about. And she looks at her parents specifically, but... Yeah.
I look forward. That said, any last things?
Can I ask a question that's a little unrelated? And it's been bothering me. And, like, she's smiling a little bit. My father managed to hide this from me the entire time. And she'll just, like, whisper to him so it's not, like, out loud, like, echoing in the room. Are you an ASMR as well?
As you whisper this to him, and he leans over. Some secrets are best known to remain silent.
Okay. She just kind of like pouts for a second. Because now she's like, who else is an Asamar now?
As he backs away, you can see with what looks like to be that strange greenish glow within the eyes. Nods the head before backing away. Very well. My friends, I thank you all for doing this nation a great service. Not just only protecting what was, or who is, my captain of the Royal Guard. You stopped what was a madman who would have plunged this nation right back into darkness. I'm proud to know that good civilians will always prevail. And even those with holy intent can find themselves dredged in darkness and desire. Now, as I'm sure you all must leave, my gift to all of you is my support should you ever desire it.
Yeah. Citra would just give a bow to that and answer, thank you.
Okay. Also bowing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank all of you. Now, go. Heads held high, my friends.
I hope to come back soon.
As all of you begin to process your way out, your parents approach you, at least for one last time, as they stand before you. Your father, as he looks to you and just gives you a strong hug.
Yeah. She'll return it.
I just want you to know I am so very proud.
Thank you. I'm just sorry it ended the way it did, but hopefully better things are to come now.
Hopefully soon.
I promise I'll write more now.
Your mother looks and says, I expect so.
Understood, Mom. And she just gives them one big hug. She's like, I do plan to come back. We have a lot of scary things to face, but... And she'll look back at her friends like, with them at my side, we're gonna be okay.
Aww.
And
She means it!
As you can see, both parents looks towards the rest of the group. You take good care of her, alright?
You know, damn right we will.
Of course. Of course we will.
Connor, you good?
Never anything else.
All I heard was tap taps, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. As they finally let you go, you all leave the Sultanate. Make your way back through Bulvaka. You feel like a brand new air has now begun to shift within this nation.
We stopped a coup.
Leodon.
Yeah.
As all of you are passing through the streets, you begin to notice something strange about this place where not much plant growth could possibly happen. but you begin to see as flowers from nations far, far from here are slowly growing within the grounds.
Oh, snap.
As all of you finally make your way to the port, begin to board and inform many a friend who has received as such information. I'll let you know what the results will be from your guys' interaction about all this later. But first, I think it's time we take a bit of a break.
Uh-oh, a break?
Yeah.
Break.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, we'll be figuring out what happens once you guys get back to the EHS. But first, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. We will be right back, and hopefully you will continue to see what is the aftermath of all your guys' actions. Alright. That said, go break. 10 minutes. See you all then. Yeah! back, everyone. Alrighty. So, shall we jump back into the episode? Da-da-da. Alright. So, as all of you find yourselves taking flight once more upon this airship, you have a small group. Well, it's just yourselves, Dredger, and what is a very nervous Lich Man who has not come out from under the decks.
This poor man's.
Yep.
So we're still in flight, right?
Yep, you guys have taken flight and heading up to the EHS, which will take you about 5 days as the EHS has moved. It has moved closer towards you guys.
Citra's just like, I forgot that thing moves.
Yep.
I think Citra would be the one trying to console him a little bit.
As you're just like, kind of like, trying to pat the back, but all you get is like the spine and ribs.
It doesn't bother her, surprisingly.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gonna be fine. It's he wants to talk to you, I guess, and then you can go. If Azure knows you well enough, he knows you don't like being amongst people to peopling and stuff.
I mean, also, you know, it has everything to kind of do with the guy that's upstairs. You know.
Huh?
Puts his, like, bony fingers together as if they're, like, in a prayer.
Canis?
I know that one, but, you know, the one driving the ship is also a...
Oh! He's harmless. He's not gonna touch you.
I don't know. I get the faintest feeling that, you know, he's killed many of what
Maybe.
I am.
I mean, given what he is, yeah, but if he knows that you're with us, so it's different.
He was staring at me.
Can you blame him, though?
Big eyes. Like, have you seen how big his fucking eyes are?
Yeah, but he
Have you
can't
seen
help
how
what
big
he is.
Yeah, he's got huge horns, big eyes.
And you're a big old skeleton in flashy, flowy robes.
In comparison, sure, I might be the weird one.
I mean, you are a ghost of a skeleton man, so yeah. It's okay. Just ignore him. You're what?
Besides, even if something does go wrong, won't you just pop up somewhere else?
But that's so painful to deal with.
Yeah, he's not gonna go after you. He knows that you're with us. We need you. It's part of this whole mission. So, like, if he were to do anything, he's directly messing with the AHS, and he's not gonna do that.
Alright. Fine.
If it bothers you that much, just stick to one of us.
It's just like, points to Leodon, I can hide behind that one, at least.
Who's he pointing to?
Leo.
Leo.
Okay, cool. Alright.
It's just like, equally trying to keep distance away from you, Burra.
Wait.
Because you're the
Why?
Raven Queen.
Well, you got something against revenants?
So afraid of dying.
You're not gonna die.
And besides, even if you do die, totally and not... I mean, yeah, it's painful at first. In fact, it hurts like hell. But eventually, it gets better.
I'm aware. How do you think I got here?
I don't know. I don't know. Mind tell me?
I'm not sure I want to be privy on the process of becoming a lich.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, it's actually a pretty hush-hush kind of thing. You can only learn it from so many resources.
Shh, he just covers his mouth.
Yeah. just like keeping the
don't
skull
want
and the jaw
to know.
closed.
Just click.
One thumb under the chin, one finger on top of the head. Just
Sorry, I get chatty when I'm.
Yeah. When you're nervous.
That's all right. Just don't want any eldritch secrets to spell out. Is all.
Yeah, fair, fine.
We've got enough problems with secrets already.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think we need to talk to Azure first. I don't think mentioning the shards to Harleen is really a good idea just yet. We need them, and there's a high chance they'll just be confiscated.
I mean,
It's just...
if you were to ask me, and, probably the smartest one in this room out of all of us, I think it would be best to not tell anyone about it.
Well, I mean, Azure's probably aware, but...
Maybe.
At this point, we just assume he knows everything.
Yeah. Also, did any of you hear or see from Camilla after all this crazy? I was kind of busy with the drow for the most part. The dragon lady we met that brought in Elowen in the first place.
She like, showed up and dipped.
Azure's associate that met with us.
I am blanking hard.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
She
When-
was the one who put the message on the tablet that I bought from the goblin.
Yeah, she's also the one that eventually contacted Azure to help pull the whole separating Sav and Citra bit back when she was a kid. We met up with her in the Sultanate, and then that was it. She was gone. She said she'd meet us there.
Yeah, it must have been brief.
Yeah.
I have no recollection of this person.
She said she'd meet us there, and then we never saw from her again.
I remember the thing with the tablet.
Yeah, because it was Dante going, why did I have to buy it at such a high price?
I have no recollection.
Yeah. It's like she's just the only one, I guess, remembering, going, where did Camilla go?
A lot of curious questions.
I mean, a lot of strange things happened, like while you guys were asleep, Azure decided to appear to be in a fire for whatever reason and talk to me through that somehow. Right before all that chaos happened.
You know she still owes me like $50.
Do you need 50 coins?
Not from you, from her. It's the principle, I tell you.
I'm saying this because
$50 for.
Citra's a monk type. She has really no need for gold, and she's got quite a bit of it anyway.
Keep that for the EHS.
Okay.
It's her money I want.
Okay, Dante. She just, gives a small pat.
As as all of you begin to contemplate these questions, and as nights turn to days, as many thoughts come to cross, after climbing what has been tens of thousands of feet, and finally entering what is that space within the Adamantine Bastion, you can see that there is a level of solemn as you begin to enter the port. But more importantly, Burra,
Yes.
you notice something. Something familiar.
Is it drugs?
No. As you all are beginning to pull into port, you witness the familiar colors of your house.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
an
Shit,
airship.
here we go. Oh, go ahead. I'll say my bit afterwards.
Yeah, as you notice that there is the familiar colors of your house, a Yimnin-designed airship, as you all begin to slowly pull into port. there is this sense that somebody is finally here.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Are you in trouble?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out. Bruh keeps an eye on the ship.
The closer they get to the ship, I think within range, she'll just secretly tap him with guidance.
As you guys disembark, you find yourselves within the slow-moving afternoon of an adamantine bastion. As you do, you can slowly see as Dredger is kind of like staring down this lich creature.
Citra would turn around at Dredger, just be like, just stop. Just like the just stop motion. Like, please.
And you see as he shrugs. All right.
And then just a quiet, thank you.
As all of you slowly make your way throughout the city of the Adamantine Bastion and back into the EHS where your district is, as you begin to slowly descend upon the stairs, you find yourselves what is that open area, not just only where that workshop is, Olivier's, the luncheon area, as well as that giant open library that leads to where you can see a very stressed-looking Haley Illuminari as there is this woman dressed in all red with these large Yimnan-like robes, this ever-flowing long black hair.
Yep, tapping Buddha. You're gonna need this, buddy.
Thanks.
As you see as Haley turns towards all of you, happy and then worried.
And Citra's just like mouthing, what?
I'm glad to see all of you have returned. As looking towards this woman, you can see as she strides across the cobblestone and meets you face to face, Bora. It is the face of your mother.
How tall is this woman?
She is somewhere around 5'7".
She's big.
She's big, but you can see what is those the same beautiful eyes that your brother once had. Son?
Mother.
As she slowly caresses your face. You did not think to send letter.
I mean, it's kind of hard sending letters when, Dad is pissed off at me.
She slowly caresses the back of your head and then pulls you into her shoulder. At least I still have one of my boys.
Dante just kind of rubbing his arm.
She slowly releases you. Do not think for a moment that I share the same sentiments as your father.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Your sisters are also worried about you.
You have sisters?
Dante.
You never tell us anything.
He's got sisters.
Wait, this is funny. This is funny because of what I said. Yeah. I mean, talking matter. This is funny because of exactly what I said before this. Okay.
She looks towards the rest of the group. I assume all of you are associates, agents.
The Azure Crest, yes.
Fantastic.
And she bows her head, like,
At least somebody
Dante
knows
doesn't
their
stick it.
manners.
Dante doing his deep bow nervously.
She did have a master from Yimden, so she, like, kind of knows a little bit at least.
Leo will also offer a humble bow.
Okay. As she looks towards you, Bora, your friends have manners.
Well, I have manners!
I am aware you have manners. And it seems like that. It feels like that they have been lost upon you since you left home.
What? What?
What?
I totally still have my manners, Mom.
Cetra's gonna pull on your shoulder and make you bow for half a second.
What? Citra, why are you pulling me? Why are you pulling me, Citra?
Just bow! And she, like, steps on your foot.
Ow! Ow! What? Why am I Oh, I mean, yes, I'm bowing. Bowing because I have manners.
Dante's gonna keep down below, just trying to stifle a laugh.
As you are all foolishly kind of bumbling about, a small fan just appears from under the sleeve and just flaps in front of the face. Well then. I'm here to retrieve your father.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's real awesome. Well, I am going to be totally not there when you get him.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
I have one request of you, my son.
Yes, Mother.
As you are aware, when you dishonor a house, you are to do what is supposed to be right. I would ask that you raise your blade when he commits to his rights.
Do we know what this means?
Burrow would know.
Sorry, who?
Burrow would know.
Do I really have to?
You are the last living son, adopted or otherwise, of the House of Akuyo.
Citra's doing her best to keep a poker face about that one.
If he is to regain his honor, it is to be by your hand.
You know, I've been thinking about the whole honor thing since I've been out here. Do you think we have, like, maybe, kind of a weird thinking for honor?
It's adorable every time you ask such meaningless questions, my son. She pats your face. Tomorrow morning, the family ship. I expect you to be there.
Yes, Mother.
As there is a solid nod. Oh, and as for your friend, the Lumerian, very unhelpful. As she begins to walk past the rest of the group.
It's a little loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As she walks past the rest of the group and leaves, you can kind of see what look like to be two other Rakuyo-like guards that have been far separated away from her as they begin to slowly follow along.
I didn't even notice them.
Well, it is so great to be home.
I mean...
I wonder if that shop is still there.
Are you okay?
No. I mean, yeah. Totally fine.
Teacher's giving you that, face?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just wanted the other stuff right now.
Okay.
Dante's gonna put a hand on Bra's shoulder.
Teacher's gonna look to Haley. Are you okay?
she was berating me for days.
Because we weren't back.
Hey! Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
That's your mother?
Adopted mother.
Your mother?
Yeah. She's...
Oh, so she was demanding about her son, and you didn't know that was him.
Well,
Did I
I
get
knew
that right?
she was asking about Burra and had come back day after day after day looking for him, and you guys have been gone for way too long, honestly.
Oh, trust me, we didn't plan to, but things really got out of hand. But everything's
More-
okay now.
More like we should have been gone longer enough. Can we, do something else?
We do have
actually-
to report to Haley, or Harleen.
Yes.
Wait, before we
Special
do
director.
that, Haley, when we were in the other country, I got something
Celsium?
for you. Yeah, Celsium, sorry. When we were in Celsium, I got something for you while we were over there. I know it's not a blood sample of something rare, something cool, but I got something that looked kind of like blood.
Citra has that flashback memory of telling Haley that she was allowed to study her blood for a second there and goes, oh, I've made a mistake. Maybe she doesn't remember. I'm just gonna walk quietly away.
You
So
see those
Dante,
bright red eyes as they trail just you, Citra, and then back to Dante. As-
so Dante's gonna come over with this small little wrapped up rock, and he's gonna give it to Haley. Like, I know you haven't seen much of the world in a long time, and I thought I'd bring you back something that reminds you of what you like and what's out there.
It's also from Zanzibar, so that's really hard to get to.
As the rock enters the hand and she takes a look at it, it is very nice. Thank you, Dante.
Aww.
He's gonna point his fingers to. He's like, "You're welcome, Haley."
Is he red
Well, I'm
again?
sorry.
You can see as she takes the rock, she puts it upon her desk, and kind of just out of the small collection of things that kind of among all the books and pages and the everything, the very few where it's just like the pen holders, the inks, and now the rock.
Well, I'm sorry about Breza mom berating you for days, so we're gonna go talk to Harleen now.
She has something to talk to you all about as well, but in the meantime, try and keep your chin up. She's dealing with something that I think might be far more concerning.
Okay.
I'll talk to you about that other thing later, Haley. I'm sorry.
Yes! By all means, don't delay any further. As all of you slowly make your way to Harleen's office, as you can see she is once again kind of just piled high with stress from all the work at home. You see that large glass pane that makes the window out into the open air. As she sees all of you, oh. Well then, I'm glad all of you have returned in such a timely manner. Please, as she goes to sit down, and as all of you stand in front of her, you can see with what looks like to be a Dagex as he begins to enter. Sorry for my delay. Glad all of you have returned back.
Got through all those piles of paperwork?
That was done about a week ago, but yeah.
Saviden's still with us, right?
Yeah. And you can see as he just like, whoa. As she sits. Well then, let's break this all down, shall we? I'm glad to see that at least your mission was completed, and somehow, in some way, a very cooperative undead has entered this bastion.
Yeah.
You see as he's just like...
Citra's gonna hold his hand. Like, easy. Right,
You're
because
good,
she's
bud.
also a
It's fine.
paladin, isn't she?
Yep.
Oh, you're
Oh no!
you're good, bud. You're amongst friends here.
Charming.
Yes. So, do you want a lot of the good news first before you hear all the nitty-gritty details?
I do have bad news to tell all of you, but I would prefer to hear your good news first.
Okay. So initially, yes, this whole mission was to retrieve Saviden, and we did.
Hi.
It also turned into a very, very, very complicated family matter. We basically stopped a coup within my country by my grandfather.
Well then.
Yeah, so that's why it kind of took a little longer. So we did manage to go to Zanzibar to eventually find Saviden. The hard parts were that my grandfather had manipulated the Red Hour to track us down to Zanzibar and took myself and my mother to get to that tomb, which is where Saviden was. She's thinking about what she should or can mention, but won't mention the Nephilim bit at least. The only reason that happened and we managed to get in and eventually inside the tomb, and I'm sorry I withheld this from you, but this entire time I've had the soul of the first Sultan with me. It sounds strange, but it's true.
I want you to remember who it is that is the Lord and King of this land.
Uh-huh.
Canis Matilius is the son of Bahamut. His brother was the one that created this very nation 5,000 years ago. If you think crazy is the story you're telling me, you're preaching to the choir.
Okay, point taken. I was sheltered a lot, so I don't know where the crazy bar lands, I guess. So, yeah, we managed to get within the tomb, and we're still finding answers for Igwelf, and in the meantime, my grandfather had done exactly what I thought he was going to do. He showed up with his army of Templars and tried to essentially take over Excelsium by force. He challenged me specifically to a one-on-one, but Leo wound up being, as he said, my champion in this case, and it wasn't gonna go so well up until he threw his holy symbol of Erithis, and she'll hold it up again since she's just wearing it around her neck. He threw it on the ground, and thus Erithis struck back at him, and, well, he's no longer amongst us. At the end of it, we did speak with the Sultan before leaving, and the other good news is I did tell him very little of what's going on between the Thalia Cliffs and Wallenstein, and he's hoping to, what was the term again? He said that he was going to send something, like an emissary to the Bastion. Yeah.
So at least we have an ally in this muck-up of a situation, then?
Yes.
Either which way, it seems like, as far as I should be aware, that all of you have succeeded in your mission. Whilst I am inclined to see if there was any probabilities of mistakes, I more than am willing to trust you all to the note that you have succeeded in your mission.
Citra actually gives a smile in this case, because she was so nervous telling all of that.
I'm sure that there are a few missing details, but we can discuss that at a later point in time.
Alright, the bad news.
I regret to inform you all that I have seemingly lost contact with Alouise Asher.
When?
Oh. Uh-oh.
Not too long ago.
He spoke to me somehow through some weird form of communication while we were out there. Though he looked like a lady.
The last I had heard from Alouise Azure is that he was heading to Wallenstein, at least Kilixmeyer. He was in search of someone.
I'm assuming we don't know who that someone is.
Dante. Wait, can Dante roll for insight on that? Or would that be like a history check?
There's not enough information to kind of glean off of what... Yeah.
This has happened after we left anyway.
Yeah, but this is also coinciding with the Ragnarok telling Dante Grin is in Wallenstein.
Oh, that's right.
The last I knew is that he was undercover in what is the Thalian Scholars, an academy that brings forth many a young individual and probably even a few of older in order to become great mages and warriors.
He might have gone after the little girl that Grin took from us, or from the father we met back in town.
I highly doubt that. He's not the kind of individual to subject himself to minute details. However, whoever he was trying to look for is obviously a very important individual who was within that academy. So, in order to recover what is a lost asset, I'll be sending you all to that academy as well, undercover.
We kind of stand out a little now.
Wait, Dante's gonna shift through 4 different forms?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
think
do
that'll
that.
be a problem. I don't think that will be a problem.
For you, Dante, but for us, it's gonna be a huge problem.
Which is why I have already considered your plausible roles as what you will all be doing. We have the proper magics in order to avoid what is the potentiality of all of you being recognized, but also, subsequently, each one of you has a very particular role in this scenario. We are to find Alouise Azure and whatever asset that he is looking for and bring them back alive. Some preparation time is necessary for this, but your roles should be made clear. Leodon, Burra, you will be acting as professors. Quite luckily, we've managed to remove some individuals who will be very useful. Burra, you'll be acting as a combat professional professor.
Okay.
And you, Leodon, will be
That
acting...
makes more sense.
You, Leodon, will be acting as the botany professor. Those who are training in the art of both druidism and, well, specialized magics with nature. As for Citra and Dante, Citra, I am more than aware of your age, but it is to be noted that you look young enough to be a student.
Okay.
So, you will have a class itinerary that will be necessary for you in the near future, as well as you, Dante. You will be acting as their brother in this scenario.
I mean, that shouldn't be too hard.
Wait, man, brother. Let me try to get this right as he looks at Citra, trying to look at like all of your features.
I mean,
We're going with blue.
I don't think you can form the tail and the horns, though.
Oh, don't worry. Those are just minute details we can get around.
Okay, try me. Let's go. And she's like crossing her arms, like, let's go. Let's see what this is.
Okay. He's just like...
Of course, all the
That's right.
paperwork still needs to be done, and as well as trying to seamlessly integrate all of you into the academy. I unfortunately can't tell you what to do aside from what your mission entails, but given the success of your recent mission, I imagine all of you know what to do in the upcoming endeavor. Like I said, we will need time to make preparations. 1 week. Understand your roles as well as you possibly can before you move on them.
Understood, ma'am.
You've got it.
So can I beat the shit out of these kids, or I have to like
It's
still
just
be?
like you're a teacher, not. Oh my god.
Fuck
Hey.
them kids.
What? I have. I learned through the hard way, so I have. So obviously I have to do that to these little
Citra is gonna walk right up to you and take both your hands in her hands, going, "Please study whatever it is you have to learn to be. Please."
Fine.
I mean, if he wasn't already training literally a whole army.
Suppose I better study up on botany.
It's not a difficult topic.
It's plants, for the most part.
Yeah.
Very well. That is all I need from you. You are dismissed. However, Leodon, please stay for a moment.
Is Saviden going with us
Very
then?
well.
Saviden will be guided to a private quarters. Dagex, if you will. See as he...
Go with them
Moves-
if that's okay. He's a little nervous right now.
Yeah, you can see he's just like... It's more stressful that he isn't
Dante,
here.
Let's go with him. Let's go with Saviden.
Okay, let's take. We'll go with them.
Yeah.
As all of you begin to slowly move your way out of her office, Leodon, as you still stand there.
Sort of tapping my thumbs together.
I have one question. Is there anything in particular that Citra did not tell me?
Oh boy.
Rock and hard, please.
Well, there's the gems, there's more details about Sav, and the fact of what she is. Good luck!
Snitches get stitches. Snitches get stitches.
Who are you loyal to, Leo?
Let me think.
Who can you lie to? Harleen or Citra?
This whole journey's been a bit of a blur.
See as she stands up and she begins to walk across the table. Or walk around the table. as
Okay,
she,
damn!
Yeah,
I see.
I mean, you're tall!
yeah. And
Takes a step over the table.
yeah, and she leans just next to the side of the table while still staring at you, the legs and arms crossed. And start making the story very clear. Quickly.
Sweats!
Looks at my pitiful deception check.
Oh, man.
Rip.
I mean, to be fair, we've all been saying secrets have been a problem lately.
Well. There... Can I insight her real quick before this?
Sure.
Just to...
To see if she definitely knows that something else is up before.
Because, I mean, Daggix has noticed right away.
Given your passive insight being 18,
Jeez.
you can definitely tell she knows when details are being excluded. She's been at this job longer than you've been alive.
Elf.
Yeah. Leo sort of just, like, takes off his cap and rubs the back of his head. Well... let me think. What did we go over already?
I'm aware of the coup. I'm aware of you all heading into the tomb. I'm aware that all of you had succeeded in your mission, but there are extraneous details that I'm curious about.
Tell her 2 truths
Such
and a
as?
lie. Tell her 2 truths and a lie.
We are 2 Leos. One speaks truth. The other lies.
For the longest time, I have been fairly curious about each and every one of you. Each one of you having something that you would like to refuse to tell me. The success of every single mission is explicitly based off of trust. One that I would not ever dare to cross. But the beginning of trust starts with me. I have no inclination to talk to my superiors about many of the things that you all hide behind your doors. But I need to know that all of you can come home after every mission. Because I do not want to deal with what I had to deal with when we lost Burra. I cannot allow you to have been at risk again. These secrets, even the ones that Alouise Azure has caused nothing but pain and lies. So, I know each one of you would like to hide things from me, and I do not blame you. I have been a very difficult woman, but it is for good reason. I need to know all of you can come home. That is what matters. So I ask you again, is there anything in particular that was not told to me
You bring up some good points. I would like to be able to tell you that whenever we would go out on a mission, we would all come home. But, as you know, that isn't always the case. And I agree, there should be no secrets between us if we're going to be working together, and some level of trust needs to be implemented. We acquired these objects. I'm not precisely sure what they do, but apparently they are powerful.
What kind of powerful?
And I would know that they are
Yeah,
fragments.
Citra
would
told
know,
you
right?
exactly what they are, and that we'd have to go to. They have to be forged by the under the moon or something like that, and then have to be blessed by death. It is a way to basically sever Igwelf's immortality, and to basically help us with the oncoming fight. We also know that Sav helped destroy the Staff of Orcus, which is what we're now having to deal with. Or wand or staff? Which one?
Da-da-da.
Yeah.
Is it a wand or a staff?
Wand of Orcus.
Wand.
Okay, wand. There you go. So that's what you know. It was that. She now knows about Sav, but she doesn't know the detail about Sav, and she doesn't know about Citra being what she is.
Yes.
But if she's a paladin, she might know.
I believe they were fragments of primeval.
I see.
And what is the intent with these fragments?
Well, there is a rampant, nigh immortal, incredibly powerful being that's nearly dropped a meteor on my people. And with it, we intend to stop her from wreaking havoc on the world.
Oh, one other thing. You know that we know this because Erithus told us straight up, and then also Sav.
Yes.
So- Sorry, just trying to give you all the information. I'm like looking through my notes, like, what did I actually tell you?
Thanks, memory!
Sorry.
If it is by design that you are to have these, and that you intend to use them for this purpose, you understand such responsibility has great weight. Even the king had once claimed these objects. His wife currently maintains hers.
Since we've come here, we've had no end of responsibility lumped on our shoulders. What's a little bit more?
I would just hope that nothing like this will break your backs.
I'm a big guy.
I could see that. As she stands up, pushing herself off of the desk. Then I am to return at least one truth to you. And she places a letter she received. It is a pure black envelope. And slides it across towards you. From Alouise Azure. I had lied when I said that I did not have any contact to him. But it is important for you to know this. He is in danger. And for that exact purpose, he has recalled all members of the Black Archives to return to their headquarters. Whatever allies that you once had with the Black Archives is now currently upon hold. I am not sure about how, but I believe whatever actions that we take is what he is depending on. Any being like Alouise Azure being subject to somebody else will always be a threat to this world. Do not.
Leo takes the envelope. And he'll open it and read it.
It is the instructions for recall. At the end of this letter, as it entails how every member within the Black Archives is to be recalled, including many names, one of them being Carmilla. At the end of the bottom, the final instruction for recall entails no one is to make a move until the EHS releases a statement about a Leodon Farcloud.
What?
Fucking what?
A statement.
What I'm assuming is whatever the statement might be about you will have everything to do with what is to come next. The release of the statement means that the Black Archives will move again. I'm assuming that this is some ploy that he has planned way ahead, as Alouise Azure is to do.
But what does this mean? And what does this have to do with me?
He's relying on you.
No pressure.
This mission has to end in success, Leodon. I need you all to come home.
So we're to sit here and wait?
We have many agents already separated out within Kilixmire ever since the recent purging. We still have many that are loyal to our cause, and there are plenty who are going to assist you along the way. I just want all of you to be careful. Don't make any massive moves until you have Alouise Azure. Bide your time. This next week will simply just be a precursor of what is to come.
Leo sort of licks his lips and puts his hat back on, sweating, thinking about what Dante said. All right.
Dismissed.
I am so sick of being a pawn in other people's games. And he leaves.
Alright. As you leave, you find yourself within that great library once more. As all of you begin to make plans for what will be the next week. However, as this day goes on, is there anything all of you would like to do?
Citra only has two things she technically needs to do. Personally, outside of the whole fragments part. Mm-hmm. One, to pretty much catch Dagex up on everything, and two, to profusely apologize to Haley.
Also, do we get paid for this, or we get paid ahead of time for this?
You get paid for this. I believe
Okay.
it was 545 gold.
What was that again?
100,
545 gold each.
545.
Five
Friggin' sweet.
545. All right, I know.
Yep.
For Bra, he wants to go to the library.
All right.
Shocker, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Need to study.
All right, 145 gold. You said.
545.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Bra goes to the library, and he goes to the nearest librarian. Excuse me.
You see Haley.
Oh,
the keeper of the library.
Hi, Haley. I forgot you do this.
It's good to see you
Don't
too,
hit on my
Bora.
woman. Don't hit on my woman.
What? Oh
good to see you too,
shit!
Bora.
Do you have any books on teaching?
The art of being a teacher is not exactly a difficult thing, but I imagine the subject has been brought up many a time with scholars. As she gets up from the chair and begins to kind of bring you along for what could possibly be a dummy's guide to teaching.
So, thanks. By the way, curious. Wait, what do you think of Dante?
Oh no!
Make a persuasion check.
What is with you and shipping people, Buddha?
I don't know, but I am going to pursue this shit.
Oh, I'm so excited.
11.
As you ask that, you see his, like, the head kind of goes like, I'm sorry. I think Dante is a wonderful agent and has committed themselves to being an amazing individual in their own right.
Like?
They are very talented in espionage, I imagine. Their skill with a bow is probably unmatched.
Yeah, but do you get lost in his eyes?
I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to refer to here, Mr. Watson. But I am relatively sure I have never been lost in anyone's eyes.
He's just trying to be a wingman for Dante so much.
Damn, coworker zone.
I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe the next time you see him, you just look in his eyes. I mean, there are times in which, like, I can't tell you the amount of times in which, I get lost in his eyes.
Oh my god!
Like, I don't even swing that way, but damn. They're a pretty good looking eyes, if I do say so myself.
I think Dante is like sneezing up a storm with us somewhere else in the Bastion. Like, are you okay? Like, I don't know. And just sneeze.
I don't know, maybe you should. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
feel like, Agent Watson, you might have a certain obsession that you probably need to go talk to a local cleric about, but,
What do you mean by that? I am perfectly A-okay.
Are you sure? I mean, you did die, so I imagine, something going on upstairs was not right.
What are you talking about? Upstairs has always been fine. Hey,
Very well, I am not here to argue with you, Mr. Watson.
but like I said,
Pulls out a couple of
go ahead.
books, and you see one which is defined as the scholarly art of teaching, as well as another book that is defined as child psychology. These will be useful. The psychology one is probably more useful.
Awesome. By the way, like I said, this once in a while, just look at his eyes. It's pretty relaxing, if I do say so myself.
She pulls another book off the shelf, and she puts it on top. As it reads, for what is the title of this book, The Art of Wingmanning. This one's for you.
What is this?
A way to improve your
Tactics.
tact.
I don't understand.
As she pats your shoulder, she begins to leave you there with the 3 books in arm and returns back to her own personal business.
I know this is like what I'm going to do when I see him again.
Meanwhile, he's just sneezing up a storm and Cetra's trying to help him stop.
I'm so sorry, Sabrina.
Yeah.
Must be my allergies again.
Are you okay?
You're so loud!
Bullshit!
Tagix, I don't know what's going on, but he won't stop.
Alright, I think it's over now.
It's just like, alright. Well, then. As you finally get into what is this room, it is kind of nice. It's kind of like a guest room for prisoners, really.
Oh.
It has it has a way in and out, but like it's so thinned down here.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really special about any of it.
I mean, neither are our rooms, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you get a nice window to look at all of the stuff down below.
As looking out the window and then just like,
You get to be left by yourself until otherwise, at least.
yep.
Like, Cetra's believing that's probably one he wants to hear at this point.
Quiet, stone cold isolation.
Isn't that what you had back in the tomb?
Yes, and that's what I would like to prefer, except anybody could just, walk in here.
I'm pretty sure you can... I don't know. Can he lock it? She looks at Daggix.
I mean, there is a lock on the door,
On the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can lock it.
It is just so weird to look at this.
I mean, you also had stared at me when you first met me.
Yeah, no, but this is different. Looking at you is kind of cool, but looking at this is kind of...
Cetra has a moment with that one, like, oh.
Yeah. This is something other. And you can see as Zafine just, looks back and is like, yeah, and you are equally creeping me out, and just, slowly turns around.
I think we should leave him be. He's had a lot going on.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you later, Savita. Why don't you get some, solitude? I don't think you can sleep, can you?
I don't sleep.
There you go. Yeah, there's the answer.
Yeah, as all of you kind of, slowly shuffle out of the room of awkwardness as the door finally closes. Holy shit.
Didn't think you'd see a lich that isn't trying to kill you, I guess.
I don't think I would have ever seen a lich at all. This is completely new territory for me.
Do you want to laugh about it? Apparently, everyone thought he was guarding the tomb, but he was really just studying it, and my dad spooked him, and that's when my dad nearly died to him.
That is pretty funny.
I'm not supposed to tell this to many people, but I figure you would be safest to tell.
Your secrets are safe with me.
Yeah. What you did here earlier, though, was absolutely true, though. The being Sav is and was the first Sultan of Acelsium.
Huh.
That's why it was so weird. And turns out Azure was the one that split us. I love finding out things later on in life.
No, right?
You see, as Azure is brought up, there's just like this cold face to it.
But I guess it's more so that he was actually trying to help me. It's just frustrating.
You know, I have spent a good part of my life trying to hunt that man down. And I think it's still an insult today that we have to work with him.
I can't really understand it because our situations are different, but I'm not going to judge you on what you're saying. Every feeling is valid.
The problem to me is that he has been able to get away with everything. His secrets, his lies, his crimes. And it always comes off to me his passiveness, his desire to just be careless in his actions. No matter how careful they might come off to be, they always have some negative result.
There's always a price to pay, and it's usually other people and not him.
Exactly.
You know. And she's just thinking back to how things went with Buddha. To be fair, this one wasn't him. This was more of a long punishment done by Erithis herself when it came to Sav.
But that's the thing. It still hurt you. And he knew about it.
Yeah.
And that's where my problem lies.
I appreciate your concern on that, but in this case, though, that's for me to talk to him about, and we will. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now. I don't think the reality of everything that just happened has really sunk in just yet. You know, finding out your uncle was the one that tried to assassinate you 3 times, your grandfather was ready to take you out at the same time, and Sav was the first sultan, and I had to be the one to take him out. You know, those small things.
If you want to, I wouldn't mind just spending time just talking about it.
I would like that, yeah. But to be fair, if it wasn't for Dante, Leo, and Buddha, I wouldn't have gotten through this, and she just nudges Dante. He actually saved those records for our Sultan, because I don't know how he managed to switch them out before my grandfather tried destroying them, but he did.
Sleight of hand, baby, sleight of hand.
As from one rogue to another respect.
Right in front of him. I'm serious.
No, like serious respect if you manage to do it in front of their face.
Yeah.
It's always impressive.
It's just like a card trick, but bigger.
Yeah.
Dante, he was a 500-something-year-old elf man. Paladin. Well, paladin or cleric?
And I'm a 26-year-old criminal.
Well then.
Alright. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Dante, Dagix, and Citra right now, because we helped Savine into his room.
Okay.
Well then. I think tonight is just a night where we could all relax a bit.
At least try to.
Well, come. Much to discuss, and I'm sure a lot to prepare for.
A lot would be understating it. Didn't think we'd be rescuing Azure, but you know.
As all of you slowly kind of make your way through the EHS, the night quickly comes. As the morning begins to rise. Fura, you hear a faint knock on your door in the new morning.
Am I still reading?
Yeah,
you can't sleep.
Yeah, if you wanted to spend your entire time reading, as far as what you have learned, we'll go over it a little bit later, but, you know, there are scholarly designs for how to be a good teacher, understanding child psychology, and also the art of being a good wingman. There's a lot. A lot to take in one single night, but you're slowly getting there.
Man, I can't believe all the stuff that these teachers had to deal with. It's almost as if they should be paid more. As he mumbles as he opens the door.
Yeah. As the door opens, you see with what looks like to be one of the one of the main paladin guards that make up the EHS system.
Can I help you?
Yes, Agent Watson, a individual has requested your presence.
Okay. By the way, how would you describe your childhood?
Sir, I feel like that might be a little too personal for either of us.
It's for the mission. I'm doing research to become a good educator.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, that's not going to succeed. 8.
I have other things to do.
Come on, you gotta help me become a good teacher!
I mean, from everything I learned from, my teacher, learn to understand your students' weaknesses and then see how you can help them improve.
You're right. That's how I should be approaching it.
Yeah.
And also beating the shit out of them when they do something wrong. Just like I used to be.
Alright. As he begins to leave.
Thanks for the help, random guard!
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this thing. So Broad approaches.
As you make your way through the EHS and you get to the top of the stairs, you see with what looks like to be a small squadron of armored Rikuyo family members as well as your mother. Good morning, son.
Morning.
Are you prepared?
Do I really have to do this?
It is tradition. As the last living member of the Rikuyo house, living son.
Asterix living.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I still feel iffy about doing this, Mom.
As she walks across the cobblestone, you can hear the spike of the heel as it just clicks along before it reaches you.
Broad grimaces a little bit.
There are times where weakness had entered you and your brother's heart. And as always, the expectation of a Rikuyo is to overcome that weakness, to become stronger.
So sparing someone's life is weakness.
What your father had done, what you're going to do to him is a mercy.
I don't know. Lamb lived to come to terms with what all the shit he's done. I say that's pretty That's like pretty harsh already.
Must I remind you? The actions your father had taken, not just only seeing you as an enemy, without even questioning if whether or not your brother's death is on your hand, whether or not what he did to seek dark arts to bring him back, and use twisted intent to come here when there was supposed to be peace, and instead used that as a ruse to steal from our allies, to make you face your brother, a form that is twisted and undead. My son, our honor. So, Bora, I do not ask you. I am telling you. As the matriarch of this house, as the one person who is to do this, you need to do this. Because if you do not, I will find far worse things to bring down upon your father's head and yours. This is not for you. This is for all of us. Do you understand me?
Before I do anything, before I agree to this, I want to speak to him.
You will have the right to that moment.
And then I will speak to him first.
Very well. As she claps her hands twice, you can see as all the guards make a dual-filed line, awaiting for you both to walk forward. Come, my son. So, as this small little posse begins to step out from the EHS, this very early morning, as you still see the slightly darkened tinged sky, as you will slowly make your way to the Americall ports. You can feel the weight as the heavy footsteps walking upon what is that gangplank as you enter atop this very beautiful airship. And you see as the now longed hair human man, bound and cuffed and slightly chained to the deck of this ship. She leans over, putting a hand on your shoulder. Speak to him.
Bro walks towards his father.
As you do, as he looks up, you can see what is a very now gaunt-looking individual with long, unkept facial hair, the long, unruly hair now.
I like the new look. Got nothing to say to me? Yes, I do have certain things to say to you.
I should have never taken you in. You are a waste of clothes, food, and air.
Why did you send us alone to face that dragon? What, you got nothing to say to me because I'm a waste of space?
I sent you both in hopes of victory and bringing forth a greater honor to our house.
Knowing that the dragon will kill one of us or both of us? Or did you intend for me to bite the bucket?
It was political motivation.
Here we go. Here we go again. What political shit?
Had the two sons of the Rokuyo house actually managed to kill a dragon on their own, we would be next in line for one of the ruling houses within our nation. 10 years of Rokuyo rule would bring forth a mighty, mighty army.
So, we're just pawns to you?
All children are. I was a pawn to my father. You are a pawn to me and your mother. I still loved you both, though. More than what I can say for your predecessors. And now all I see is disappointment. A son who died and one who ran away. Now I have nothing.
And what's your intent if I decide not to take your life? Will you make amends? Or is that too high and mighty for you?
If I was to ever make amends, it would be a wasted effort. I've already sold my part. If I continue to live, those allies I have made would come to seek recompense for the price that I paid. They'll come after me. They'll come after your mother. They'll come after you. Seeing as what you are now, you're far more valuable to them now. Kill me. It changes nothing. All it does is provide a small sliver of solace to a woman's broken heart and perceived honor for our nation.
Am I really just a pawn? Not just for you, but to Mom. Hell, even the breathing cream. Has my whole life just been that?
If all you want to know, or desire some meaning, nobody's choices are their own. We're all subjects to someone and something to somewhere else. I am the subject of an empress. You are subject to me. The empress is subject to God. Does it all really matter? Now, have you gotten your worthless feelings out of the way?
Yeah, I think I have. Broad draws his blade.
As you go and step behind him as per the traditions of this art, his shackles are removed, and he is given a smaller blade. As your mother stares across from the ship, your father grabs the smaller blade and unsheaths it.
Can I take a pause for 1 sec?
Sure.
Because I'm not gonna lie, this is like a hard choice for me. Like legit, this is kind of a hard choice. He's an asshole. He's an asshole. He's an asshole. I'm not like, but at the same time, I don't like the fact, like meta talk. I don't like the fact that Broad is doing is being a pawn. Just being a pawn for his mother and for his father or whatever. But at the same time, freeing him, he's too dangerous to be freed. Shit.
That's a hard rock and a hard place.
Like, yeah, it's like I don't like the fact that killing him will only be like will continue the cycle of no free will, but at the same time, he does kind of need to die.
Bora, as you are contemplating this decision, you begin to see small corvid-like birds beginning to line the top of the roof that makes up a major part of this airship. And some even kind of coming to each side, kind of just see the dark, black raven-like eyes as they stare back at you. The entirety of the scenario is so still.
I'm doing it.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm sorry.
As You nod towards your mother. She nods back. As your father drives the blade into his stomach, it draws across. You can hear what is the blood-curdling scream as he does so. By the time the blade finally hits the floor, your part in this act is to be committed.
Broad starts shedding tears.
Alright.
Despite what happened, despite you doing all of those terrible things, despite that you still hate me right now, I still love you, Dad. He swings.
And as you swing, a single clean cut drives across the neck. As the eyes of the world look up, a flock of ravens take to the sky.
Broad walks to his mother. I didn't do it for you. And then he walks off.
But you did it anyway.
Yeah, I did. Then he continues walking off.
You continue to walk away. As you clean off the blade and slowly return back to the EHS, you feel those eyes as they kind of just draw towards you, the cool green eyes of your mother. Before turning, you begin to hear the slight hums of the Rikuyo airship beginning to take flight. As you return back to the EHS, solemn, you see right before the steps that lead down back into the main area, you see a single raven as it's perched.
Great. This day is just keep getting better and better. Yeah, Raven Queen.
As sees the head of the raven slightly turn. You hear a few words. He had dabbled in the dark magics. Whatever it is you consider justice, just understand, all of you, by fate, by destiny, or by mere happenstance, the outcome all leads back to me. His death marks the end of one page, for yours is about to open. And as the raven flies off, see as the once dark blue skies beginning to turn bright. So all of you begin to slowly make your way into the EHS once more. Planning, preparing. You can definitely tell that there is a change within Bora as he walks among you. A difference. And that is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode.
Buddy.
Damn.
That got heavy.
Oh.
Oh, wait, I forgot to give you this. Here's your trauma arc. Enjoy. I'm done.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. It was like... if I let him go, he was basically going to cause him problems.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's like, I don't know.
If I don't let him go,
then if I kill him, then it just supports the argument of Bro is just a puppet.
Yep, we're a pawn in everybody's plans. It's exactly what Leo's been repeating over and over again.
Yep.
We're all slowly getting it.
Yep.
Remember what I told you guys at the start of this game?
Everything's connected.
No.
Yeah.
Do you desire emancipation?
For being pawns.
Yeah. He did. Fuck.
Alright. That being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump on into some quick announcements before we kind of close this episode off, and thus beginning what will be the next chapter. Bora's chapter.
I'm free!
Yeah, it's my chapter now! It's my chapter now!
I get to go sit in a corner with Connor. We're good.
Now is my trauma arc! Now is my trauma arc!
Yep.
Alright. So, some quick announcements before we end tonight's episode. So, first off, as per me, I don't really have too much to say right now, mainly because everything I'm doing is still being worked on. What I do have is the good news is that the next script for the Final Fantasy XIV video is done and is going to be recorded very, very soon. And of course, I have to work with Blue on what will be the future of those
references
assets.
yet, buddy?
Not yet. I'm working on it tonight. I promise tonight.
I'm messing. Units relax.
As well as hopefully I'm going to try and make some videos relatively soon. I've been kind of taking a back seat these past couple of months simply because I'm trying to just get everything in my head that is right, and also working on other projects. How to Be an Adventurer has been a big one that is just taking a lot of time because of a lot of the assets that we need. But hopefully that will come out soon-ish. I'm just so sorry about a massive delay. As well as, due to our friend, Uzu not being here, I can announce this. I recently did some sound designs for their, I believe their, Ysella, video, episode 4. I did some sound design for them that included, a wonderful little sound clip, which was, a designer decision, really. But if you understand, hey, fuck you, Tony, you'll get the joke. Okay, let's see. Teehee. I think that's about it for me. So that being said, Blue, how you now?
I'm free! No, I'm kidding. Hi, it's Blue Casanate. I play your now recovering Nephilim Citra over here. Not much really going on my end. I am just about finished with another commission for Mal, which will be D6 related, so you get to see that very soon. Other than that, I think by the time this episode's out, C4 will be done. So if you really want to check those out and see my absolutely batshit crazy tiefling, go over to Burnout Vaughn's YouTube channel. The C4 episodes are all right there. Other than that, my commissions are back to being open now that I got that hefty commission out of the way.
Yeah.
So other than that, I guess nothing much else. I will toss it to Connor.
Hi, I'm Distortion Devil. I play Leo, the Furbolg Ranger. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.com/Distortion Devil, where I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Alrighty. Next up is Jade.
Hey, Shade the Firefox. I play Dante, your changeling rogue paladin. Commissions are still currently closed. Almost finishing up on my final commission, and then that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Alright, and last but not least, my good friend Daito.
Yo, this is Dio, the half-orc samurai. Yeah, so no KWC this week, KWC next week. Streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I'm also trying to do a game jam.
Game
Trying to, game jam, for Brackies. Brackies 2023 game jam. The end is the beginning. I'm gonna try something weird involving reincarnation, so we'll see what happens.
Ooh,
Yep.
Hey.
nice.
That's involving
Nice.
robots.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for me.
Alrighty. Nothing else pressing?
Nope.
Good to know. That being said, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, stay safe out there. Be kind to each other. We love you. And as always, see you next Sunday.
Bye.
Hey.
Bye, everyone.
You gotta
Bye,
warn us,
everyone.
buddy. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yep.
Oh,
Stop
God.
it.
It's gonna be great, you guys. It's gonna be great. All right.